Hey everybody, it's Rod with Van Guns coming back at you with another video. Today I want to talk to you about this new night vision optic that I've got for my AR-15 chambered in 300 blackout. This is my gun I have set up for subsonic with 220 grain subsonic rounds with the suppressor here. And I found this inexpensive night vision optic, and I want to talk about it today because it's actually surprisingly good. Normally, cheap night vision is really bad. This is actually pretty decent. Let's get into it. So what is it? Well, it's the Triton Starstrike. And this is a night vision. Technically, it's an optic, but it's really not. Everything is digitally zoomed. There's no actual optical zoom. You do have a focus knob here. Depending on the range you're using it at, you have to set that focus. And that's a manual exercise you have to do. I really didn't expect much out of it, but I got it for a little over $200. And I thought, I'm going to roll the dice at this thing and just kind of see if it's any good. And I was kind of surprised. I'm going to show you a little bit it allows you to take video through, record what the viewfinder's seeing. So I did some of that in like almost pitch black rooms. Did it without any night vision on. Then I turned on the night vision, and it literally looks like I shined a flashlight on the room, but no such flashlight was there. Just the IR emitter, which has a faint red glow to it. Not even really that. And I actually thought it worked pretty well, especially for the application of this rifle, which is short range with the subsonic ammunition in here. This is not a long range gun. And so I took the 1:6 illuminated reticle scope that I had on this gun, and I moved it over to my AR-15 in 5.56. And so I think this is a really good match for this. And I'm going to go over kind of the pros and cons. Again, cheap night vision is cheap. There's some shortcomings here, but it does work, and it is reasonably effective. So let's talk about it. Okay, here's the dark lights out middle of the night in the kitchen and then into the dining room. And you can see it's pretty dark here. And I'm going to switch on the night vision, and you'll see this thing kind of light up. And there's no flashlight here, just the IR emitter. And so it's kind of a bit of a spotlight because I'm super close to these objects. When I use this outside, it covers the whole frame. This rifle is equipped with an infrared laser that you cannot see with the unaided eye. This scope picks it up with both the IR on and, as you can see here, with the infrared off, and just use a normal light. This is kind of what it looks like when you're looking through the viewfinder. You can see there's a reticle there. There's a date stamp and time for video, a little battery indicator there. And basically the reticle, they've got 4 different reticles you can choose from. Here I don't have it zoomed in. When you zoom in, the resolution gets a little softer because it's a digital zoom. And one thing I want to note about the viewfinder, I had to move this a little bit forward on the receiver. And the reason is because I couldn't focus on the text in there, or really the reticle, because I need reading glasses. And this thing's so close, it's like you're reading. I really wish they had put a diopter control on there so you could correct for your vision. Because I would like to have that a little bit closer
to the back of the receiver, more mounted like a traditional scope. This one is pretty far forward. That being said, I can still see it fine, and it gets the job done. So here I zoomed it in all the way to 6x. Again, this is not an optical zoom, it is a digital zoom. The interesting thing is that it does get a little softer, but it's still sharp enough. And it's mainly because this is such a small screen you're looking at. The resolution drops down to probably old school VGA, like TV before HD. But it's so small, I don't think your eye can really tell the difference that much unless you really, really stare at it. So I think it does a pretty good job with the digital zoom. So it's effectively a 1:6. There's two buttons on the side of the unit that you push up or down to zoom, and it basically goes 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x, I believe. There's no mid steps. So it's definitely not as cool as a traditional optic, with a zoom ring. But it's effective and it gets the job done. I'm primarily using this thing at 1x. If you're out hunting coyotes or something like that at night, you might be using that 6x, and it's fine. And that kind of brings up the range. The IR emitter on this has 3 different settings, and really technically there's 4 because you can have the emitter off. So with the IR emitter off, it still does night vision. It doesn't have a lot of range. The emitter is designed to extend the range of the ability to sort of see in the dark. And so there's 3 settings there, sort of a low, medium, and high power. When you put it on high power, it's going to drain the battery a little bit more, but it'll light up like 300-400 yards out. I lit all the way down the street with this thing. I was fiddling around with it outside, before I put it on the gun. And so it's very effective, at lighting stuff up, 50, 60, 70, 80 yards, 100 yards, no problem on like setting 2. And then setting 3, I'm not sure how far out it goes. I think they claim 500 yards, but I'm not sure if it'll light up that far away. But frankly, I ain't shooting this gun that far anyway. So the unit has a built-in rechargeable lithium-style battery, so you don't have to use batteries. It is rechargeable. You pull the battery out of the back of the emitter, so that's kind of nice. You don't have to go buy batteries all the time. I think they claim 4 hours of running time with this, and that's obviously going to depend on how you're using it, whether you're using the IR emitter on full blast or whether you're just not even using the infrared at all. It works fine as a daylight scope with no enhancement. It's just like looking through a video camera, really, and it works fine for that. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with it for under $250, and it works really well, and it's a great way to try out this technology, see if you like it before you spend $500 or $600 or $800 on a real expensive one. And you may just decide just to keep this one, and I probably will keep this one. So anyway, that's all I got on it.
So there you have it, a reasonably priced night vision that kind of works. And I'll probably eventually upgrade this thing to a better one because I really like it. And so now I'll probably want a little bit higher quality one. But I got to tell you, I could just stick with this one. For what I'm using this gun, short range, it works pretty well. Well, that's all I've got for you this time. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel out, and I'd appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on van guns.